Hello everyone, welcome back to video lesson for senior high school empowerment technology with Sir Darwin. This video highlights the different elements, principles, and layout that we can use in order for us to have a good output of our project. Remember that this is on the online platform nowadays, leading us to the topic imaging and design for online environment. Before we start, let's talk about the learning targets. You can identify the different principles and elements of design, graphics, and layout. Second, you can apply the different principles and elements of graphics and layout in the infographic that you will be creating. And last, you can assess the right image format that will suit the specific graphic and your layout. Our core values or ethics highlights innovation.
Now, presenting to you the key concept map. On this lesson, we will be having three parts. Basic principles of graphics and layout, followed by the principles and basic techniques of manipulation, and combining text, graphics, and images.
Let's now start. Basic principles of graphics and layout. Let's talk about layout. When you say layout, that is the time where you plan and you arrange graphics of text. Well, layout could actually be found in a page of book or in a page of magazine. Now, where else can you see layout? Good job. In graphics, it is very important for us to know and to understand the fundamentals of graphic design before embarking on any new assignment. Take note, class, that a good layout should have balance. Balanced makeup and alignment of the elements in order for us to have a smooth, and pleasing in the eyes output.
Let's start with number one. It's all about balance. In balance, you should consider all the objects, the texture, the colors, and even the shape should be evenly distributed on your screen. You need to make sure the color, the shape, the size would actually not overflowing on your screen. Next is emphasis, an area in the design that may appear different in terms of its size, the color, the shape, and the texture that will actually attract the viewer's attention. In the given picture, we can say that the human figure is being emphasized in this, where it actually have different size and different color. Next, movement. It is visual element which guide our eyes and also the viewer's eyes around the screen. In this principle, we need to consider the direction, the lines that we would be using, the angle, the curve, in order for the figure to really show as it meant to be. Number three, movement. Number four is all about pattern, repetition, and rhythm. These are the repeating visual element on the image or the layout to create unity in the layout or image. Rhythm is achieved when visual elements create a sense of organized movement. Next, it's proportion. Visual elements create a sense of unity where they relate well with one another. Maybe you are confused between balance and proportion in art. But let me help you. When you say proportion, you are pertaining to the relationship, in terms of the size, of the shape, of the texture. While when you say balance in art, this is about the distribution of the weight of these visual elements. Again, in proportion, it is the relation, while in balance, this is the distribution. The last principle is variety. This uses several design elements to draw the viewer's attention. Again, it's variety. Next in line, principles of visual message design using infographics. Infographic is a visual representation of all the data you gather and information designed to perfectly communicate to your viewers in a quick way, simplified way, and present patterns or trends. In this slide, you can also see examples. There are 5 principles of visual message design using infographics. The first 3 are be unique, make it simple, and be creative and bold. In number 1, create an original and unique design in order for you to get the attention of your target audience. The use of the colors, the fonts, the images, and the text design should be unique. For number 2, colors, layout, and design should be used consistently. On third, be creative by the use of your imagination to create something new and pleasing in the eyes of the viewer. On number 4, we have less is more. Minimize the information, the text, the caption, the shapes that the viewers need to do to understand the main idea of your infographics. And last, number 5, the importance of getting it across. Make sure you're creating an infographic that the content must be related to the title and understanding the message that the viewers can easily navigate the information without being confused.
Now class, let's talk about the 12 best infographic makers that you can see and you can use in creating your infographic. But this time, you need to guess the name of the logo by completing the blanks that you can see on the screen. I will give you clues, so listen carefully. Let's start. Number 1. It is an Australian graphic design platform used to create social media graphics, presentation, posters, documents, and other visual content. What is this? Good job. That is Canva. Second, infographic maker that everyone can use in creating infographic easy for a non-designer. What is this? Good job. That is Venngage. Third, an online tool for creating infographics, presentation slides, report, flyers, posters, and many more for both print and online audiences. What is this? That is PictoChart. Fourth, an infographic creation tool that guides you as a user to build visual and text representation of a concept or idea. What is this? That is A3. Number 5. This is an all-in-one visual content platform that allows everyone, including non-designer, to create beautiful presentation, infographics, report, and social media images in a minute. What is it? That's Bisme. The remaining 6 best infographic makers are: number 7, Visualize Me; number 8, Snappa; number 9, Animaker; number 10, Beatable; number 11, Be Funky; and last, Mind the Graph. Once again, those are the 12 best infographic makers that you can use in creating your infographic. Another part of this discussion will focus about the combining text, graphics, and images. Let's start on number 1, transparent shapes. In adding simple shape with slight transparency behind your text to clearly see the text you want to emphasize is a good combination of a shape and text. Again, having or including a transparent shape is actually a good idea in presenting your output. You just need to check that your shape is on a slight transparency in order for your words or the text or captions to be emphasized. Number 1, transparent shape. Number 2 is font and shape. In this part, you need to complement each other, the shapes and the fonts. You can use rounded shape if you use rounded fonts. On the contrary side, you can use sharp shape and combining it with sharp fonts. Again, number 2, fonts and shape. On the third, it is also important for us to consider the background and the text that we are using or the captions. So the text and background should be aligned to have an organized look. You can align text with shape or geometric figures in the image. Number 4 is clean and clear background. Clear and clean background for the message to be visible and readable at the same time. Background should never wash out the message of your output. There are times creators or students like you that you fail to actually consider the colors of the background and the font. To give you a tip, if you use a color or light color of background, you need to use a dark color of font. Or dark color background, you need to combine it with a light color of a text so that you can show balance in colors and you can highlight the message or content of your work. Once again, on number 4, clean and clear background. Again, for combining text, graphics, and images, we have transparent shapes, font and shapes, text and background, and last, we have clean and clear background. Do not forget it. And that concludes the lesson for this session. But before we say goodbye to one another, let's have a 5-item assessment. Instruction: look at the picture and identify the elements or principles of design. After you identify the elements or principle of the design, you need to give 2 sentences or brief explanation of you answering that question. Is that clear? You need to write your answer on your notebook. Ready? Let's start.
Number 1. The correct answer is pattern. Number 2. The answer is proportion. Next, the correct answer is emphasis. Next, the correct answer is variety. Last item, the correct answer is balance.
Good job, everyone! Now, I am able to see if you really understand our topic for this session. But before we say goodbye, let's have an exit pass. I wanted you to answer this question. How will you create an effective infographic that will help others to better understand certain topics and concepts. Once again, how will you create an effective infographic that will help others to better understand certain topics and concepts? You can type your answer on our chat box. Do you have any question? If none, that concludes our topic for this afternoon. Do you have any question? If none, that concludes our topic, imaging and design for the online environment. I hope you learned something new from today's video. Do not forget to listen attentively, analyze carefully, and share responsibly. Once again, this is Sir Darwin. See you on the next video.